This is Smithy.tv.
Hello, folks. This is Breaking Down the News with Clifton Joseph.
And Kenny Robinson.
Today, we're going to talk about the Oscars, something that neither of us watched last night. Me, because I was working.
And I haven't watched that shit in years. I mean, it bores me to death, Kenny.
I think the last time I watched...
And it's too white. Always been too white.
Well, the one year it wasn't, it hurt my box office at the Nubian. Traditionally, the Nubian show has not been affected by the Academy Awards, but the night when Halle Berry won and Denzel won and Sydney got the Lifetime Achievement, I'd say two-thirds of my audience stayed home to watch that.
Yeah, because according to Nielsen, the highest rating in terms of black watching was up to about 5 million in 2005 when Chris Rock actually hosted that year. And that year they had 5 nominations. A Man won for Ray.
Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx, he was up for Ray and Collateral Damage, which that one.
Yeah, he was nominated for 2. It was supporting.
Don Cheadle was in that, and of course, Mr. Driving Miss Daisy Driver, Morgan Freeman was nominated.
You hear that thing? He's doing all the narration for all the Hillary advertisement now.
I'm not surprised.
So
yeah.
now,
So 5 million black folks.
Now he's driving Miss President Daisy.
So 5 million watched that year, 2005, which is the highest, and that was about 12.5% of the total people who watched. The ratings are down. I just checked Nielsen this morning, man. They're down 6%. So about 34 million people watched it. So
when was the last time you cared about a movie winning?
Roots.
Well, that was TV.
Okay.
That would have been.
I can't remember. Tell you the truth, I absolutely cannot.
You know, it's like perfect. You know, I don't want to make this shit too black because
Why not?
Some of the comments I read on TV about Chris Rock's performance last night was that black shit got real tiring real quick.
Oh yeah, they want it back to white folks.
You know, but I was saying, well, if he tuned in to hear about movies, and you have to hear about race, well, you know, but. They should have just gone to a Spike Lee film festival. See, now poor Spike's been under the gun because a lot of people don't believe that Chirac was everything it should have been.
Well, look,
but
Spike Lee has never won.
Except make a movie?
Spike Lee has never really won anything. I mean, they gave him the Lifetime Achievement Award a couple months ago, but he's never. Spike Lee.
Remember when Kim Basinger came forward and said it was a crime that Do the Right Thing was not nominated?
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah,
she was dealing with Prince back then. Because his name
Kim,
is
where
Prince.
are you, Kim? She bought that little town and retired to it. Yeah.
Yes, and then still has fights with her ex-husband, one of the Baldwins.
Where is he, too? Yeah, go ahead.
He's doing all right. But, so, this year, though, regardless of race, I mean, I love, some people were upset when Denzel Washington won for Training Day, and I love Training Day.
Yeah, well, it was a flawed film in my mind, but and he was okay. He was okay in that. I didn't think he was that deserving of an Academy Award, really.
He was Denzel like you've never seen him.
Yeah, and
he was Denzel, not the hero. Definitely not the influence for your child to aspire to be.
Again, though, right? I thought he did a better job, an excellent job in Glory, but they weren't going to give him a story for Glory. You notice the kind of roles that blacks get when they win the Academy Award. How many maids does Whoopi Goldberg got to be? Hattie McDonald.
Well, she was a psychic.
Hattie McDonald, the first one to win for what do you call it? Gone with the Wind.
Gone with the Wind.
She had to accept her award in a separate hotel room, right? So,
and they gave her a speech, and they made her say, "I'm a credit to my race."
Yeah. So, and then in Halle Berry, she got raped. So the kinds of 12 Years a Slave, right? The kinds of roles blacks win awards for at the Academy are pretty suspect, and it's like stay in your inferior
lane
category. Yeah.
Stay in your lane. You know, but I don't know. This year, I just found there really weren't that many movies. Like I saw The Revenant, okay, and. To me, you know, all the stuff he went through, it was like walking to school back in Winnipeg. There's snow, there's some melted snow, so you got to walk across this big puddle.
Yeah, it was very snowy. Yeah.
And I didn't have Indians. I had to fight. I had Ukrainians. I had to fight with.
Ukrainian Indians.
They see me and they attacked me. They saw me alone, you know, on the way home from lunch. So, you know, I thought it was fine.
But I see again, that movie again, you know, what was this thing with his Indian son? And why did they always got these white dudes who come in, they become Indians, or they become black, or they move with black folks and they learn all the tricks of the trade?
Because they always have hippies.
And he had that
There's
Indian...
always a brother that ain't got some racism with him, and he'll get with a black woman, or a Cheyenne woman, or a Cree woman, and have a child, because that is truth. And except for in Manitoba, they call it Métis. So, you know, so I mean, so it's true. It happens.
Yeah, but again, you see, it's a way of not having, of putting people in inferior positions, but still including them in a way where you. It's very strange and pathological to me in a way where
It's marketing.
they don't want you in it, but they got to include you in a kind of a way. But they always kind of include you where there's a white supremacist ethos at work.
You know why that is?
I don't like it.
No, you know why that is?
What is that?
White supremacy.
Mm-hmm,
Just why are you asking a question about why do they always do this? Why do they always do that? You know, see now I'm happy with the movie Spotlight one. Okay,
yeah.
it was about Boston reporters uncovering the big sex scandal in
of course,
Boston,
yep.
and you know they shuffle those pedophiles like cards.
Of
That
course,
church worked here.
we're gonna take you to the next group, next
know,
area, next city, next.
Can you keep your thing in your pants till we get this other cat out of town? You know, so they just but notice but in that film there were no black children molested by Catholic priests in Boston. So yay! See now when we don't, how come we not complaining about that? How come priests don't like black booty? You know. So I mean, if you want to look at everything racial, we got to start attacking the church. What, our children ain't good enough to molest? So
Well, again,
I like the film. I'm saying I found fewer films I could get excited about.
True.
You know, like Hateful Eight. I'm sorry that Jason Leigh didn't win. Because if you want to talk about racism, she was a bigoted little bitch in that movie.
Yeah, she was really compelling.
But the first time she said the N-word, I howled because she spit it with such belief. She said it as she said it like I heard 100 times leaving a club somewhere in Alberta. I was convinced that she felt that way and walked that way. And I laughed outside. I laughed out loud, and people in the theater are kind of looking and horrified. Well, I laughed her in Selma too. You know, I laugh at the ugliness of the reality of it because that's you can't get upset.
What else
and
are you
leave.
gonna do? Yeah. Well, I thought that there are some films that were not given their due. Siraka, even though I don't like this, they keep on doing these, bad Hispanics, bad Southern Latin Americans who are in the drug business and so on. But my guy, Benito del Toro, he did an excellent job.
He was overlooked. Yeah, I liked him anyway.
And of course, Idris Elba in Beast of No Nation.
Yeah, I saw that. I watched that.
Wasn't that a hell of a performance? Wasn't that a nicely shot film?
But that's a Netflix movie. It doesn't have to be released in the theaters before an Oscar.
Fuck that. I don't care. I mean, it's a movie, man. It's a movie.
You can't change the voting.
Oh,
it's got to be released in a theater.
I don't know that that's true, but if it's true, it's bullshit.
Well, he should be up for an Emmy then for television stuff.
Yeah,
but I thought he was great.
That was a hell of a performance, man. That was a hell of a performance. That whole movie is doing them young kids in that movie too. The lead young kid, that is excellent.
But what can they be except for Somalian pirates in the next movie they get a gig in? You know, I mean, when you are a young black youth that speaks with an accent, you're only going to get so many gigs, right?
I guess so.
You know,
but you know something about the whole. Here's something about the vapidity of representational politics, right? Where you say, let's get some black folks in there. The woman Cheryl Boone Isaacs, the head of the Motion Picture Academy, is a black woman.
Yes.
Right? One of the two producers of the show, the whole Oscar, was Reginald Hoodlin, black.
Yes.
From the House Party movie days, right? The host, Chris Rock, is black. So you got three principals involved in this big thing.
Hired guns, that's all they are.
Dig. And we haven't seen it. Look, Kenny, I went and did a little bit of research. 1942, Walter White, who was head of the NAACP at the time, they got an agreement from Hollywood producers in 1942, 60 years ago, Kenny, that they were going to diversify.
And they have.
How? They got black maids instead of Hispanic maids?
Well, don't knock the Hispanic maids. Martha Chavez, my friend, will be very upset with you.
Okay, sorry.
I always get to play Hispanic maid. You know, why do I think you sound like a shortstop?
They actually, if they do Charlie Chan today, they'd actually have an actual Chinese, right?
Well, yeah. So, I mean, there's been progress, but somebody said there's not progress for blacks, it's progress made for whites.
Here's the other thing about the whole black thing, right? Why black people are standing for colored? So, for instance, the one Mexican, there's a Mexican director who did The Revenant, right?
Yeah.
I forgot his name. Alejandro Inarritu.
Wasn't that the one when somebody made a joke about him getting his green card and then Sean Penn got all shitty about it? That was last year.
Was that him? Because he went for Birdman, too.
Yeah, who's it made the green card reference?
I don't remember the person who did it, but Penn is the one who reacted.
Yeah, Pimp went all ape shit on him. Yeah.
So for instance, there aren't that many Hispanics. There was a brown ribbon campaign too. People like Evelyn Gore were supporting that, saying if you're going to the Oscars, wear a
Yeah,
brown
they were
ribbon.
mad that how come Black
Yeah.
Lives.
What about Chinese and so on? So what happens that America is so black and white sometimes. Sometimes I feel sorry for the other so-called visible minorities. They don't even get mentioned sometimes. So they ain't even dealing with black folks. They ain't even dealing with the rest. Koreans. You gone silent on me, Kenny?
No, I just never think about Koreans when I go see a movie. I'm sorry. But I never do. You know, I keep my eyes glued, for ooh, Wesley Snipes in a new movie. I said, well, he's just doing shit to pay them taxes back. Don't go about, there's no point going to see him. I say, well, is James Earl Jones in this? He goes, no, James Earl Jones forgets that he's the voice. He's so he's over the rock, and Fishburne's just too busy doing stuff on TV now.
True. But hey, speaking of that, not speaking of that, but your dude, Mr. Poverty Pimp himself, Mr. I got to be in everything, Al Sharpton, the Reverend Al Sharpton, he had a demonstration, about 70 people just down the road from the theater. The
Sharpton can still gather 70 people?
Yeah, he did.
I liked him better when he had the conch and he was fatter in a sweatsuit. To me, he was more authentic.
When you see him, he looks kind of strange.
Look kind of ill. Kind of looked like Magic Johnson told him what juices to drink.
So demonstrations were about 10 major cities around demonstrations. There's a big thing in Flint for the water.
They did a fundraiser. They're special for Flint All-Star Salute, which to me is more productive than doing a boycott.
Yeah, they raised, $88,000 out of that. The woman who
You know how much water Nestle's will give you for $88,000?
They raised, $65,000 at the Oscars for cookies, right? Girl Scout cookies.
Oh, yeah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't plug into that.
Yeah, well, shit. So where do we go
Which
with
is
this,
good because the Catholic Church in St. Louis wants to distance themselves from the Girl Scouts because they say
because they're not boys.
Because the Girl Scouts, they've embraced birth control and they talk about abortion and alternative lifestyles. So the Catholic Church says we can no longer in St. Louis. Wow. They're saying we can no longer embrace what the Girl Scouts have become. You know what that is? Educated and informed. They cannot embrace educated and informed young girls.
So Chris Rock did his thing last night, and of course, our boy from Toronto, The Weeknd, got to perform. He was the only so-called colored black performer to be nominated for that best song. He didn't win, but he performed. Apparently, he did well.
And now
He's Canadian.
Canadian, Torontonian.
And Lady Gaga, she did her song about sexual abuse. And then this morning, I was already reading people saying, but what about the shit she did with R. Kelly? So
What did she do with R. Kelly?
She sang some songs with R. Kelly, apparently.
okay.
But so how
Gaga will sing with anybody.
Well,
showbiz.
But every time she does, she's kicking down the doors.
What doors?
Well, they said they loved her at the Grammys when she did what she did at the Grammys.
With Stevie? Okay.
Apparently, the Super Bowl, she was magnificent. Was she at the Super Bowl this year? Anyway, every time she does something now, she's hitting a home run. Except for the people that hate Gaga, and they say, she's come a long way from the meat press, So. and I bought $100 tickets for my ex-wife and my 2 daughters to see Gaga, and now my youngest daughter, she at the Gaga show, she cried when Gaga came out. I love you, Gaga. And tomorrow night, I'm gonna take the kid to see The Who. So she's gone.
The Who's still around?
2 of them are.
Oh, well, damn.
And then you say 2 of them are dead, and you have to look at them and go, who's next? But anyway, and on that note, folks, we are all out of time here. So we'd like to thank Ryan. Ryan's got to get back to actually making some income on this thing, handling people. And I've got to go my way, and you've got to go your way. But you folks don't go anywhere, because if you go to Smitty TV and you missed any of our other previous episodes, check them out. Some of them have quite a few thumbs down. I want to give you a little bit of a hint. If you see the ones with the most thumbs down, check them first, because obviously we said something that people felt was out of line or unnecessary or politically incorrect.
We try really hard for that. And Kenny, I want to give you best performer in
limited.
In a limited talk show on the internet without any sponsors.
We're gonna get sponsors. Show will be brought to you by Nation of Islam. Where you just can't wait for the police to show. I better stop laughing. Last dude laughed at Nation Islam was Brother Malcolm.
Oops.
So, sorry, no disrespect. Salami Legum. Don't break my legum.
Malik El Shabazz.
I liked him in the All-Star game. See that three-pointer he made? Oh, different dude.
Oh, sorry.
Anyway,
brothers,
we ought to just change this show to Amos and Andy. Anyway, folks, we're out of here. Thanks for checking in and breaking down the news.
Next time, y'all. Next time.